And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Tri-Town Arena in Brazier Falls. Excuse us, as we welcome the Stanley Cup here to Brazier Falls. As Derek Lalone has brought the cup home, we're here with the Wise Guys. We were on a couple hours earlier at Meadowbrook Golf Club, and our first guest here, as we're going to go through the line and get as many people in here as we can, is the town supervisor of Brazier Falls, Mark Peets. And Mark, just a couple of thoughts of what's going on here today and how big this is for our town and school district.
This is momentous. Can't believe how great it is for this small community. A hometown grown individual come through these hollowed walls and becoming a Stanley Cup champion. You can't express, you can't. And to boot, my wife used to babysit him. So, I mean, we've got so many connections with him in the North Country, and so glad to see somebody be so successful at his trade. And he came back and did some hockey schools for some of my kids went through those. My daughter was a goalie. Derek was a goalie. What more can you want than a guy that finally makes the pinnacle of this sport, which I'm jealous. I think it's awesome. I think it's great. And I'm glad we got the send off and the community support here. Everybody coming down to see the cup. I mean, what more can you want? I mean, Messina yesterday, Brazier Falls today. What more can you want? Thank you very much. This is awesome.
Great turnout today in Meadowbrook. I don't know if you're aware of that, but with the Meadowbrook golf course, there was a fantastic show of support to the community and joining communities. And I'm sure we're going to have more of that tonight. But what's your reflection on how this is just a great opportunity for the whole North Country, just not for the town?
Absolutely, for the whole North Country. I mean, I've got connections in Messina. I know people in Norfolk. I mean, everybody that we've played against in hockey over the years, Salmon River. I mean, all over the place. I mean, we've got folks that we've seen on a daily basis. And then when you see somebody from your community, from the North Country, that knows so many people. I mean, Derek alone knows people from Messina. He knows people from Norfolk. He knows people that played in Ogdensburg. I mean, this is a whole North Country thing. And not even to mention the people that are here in Brazier that he went to school with. I mean, it's so great. It's bringing people out. What more do we have to celebrate after a whole year of 2020 when COVID hit, that we can get together like this and come and see something so awesome as a Stanley Cup and your hometown guy getting it? This is great. It's been awesome. Thank you so much.
Well, Mark, hey, it's awesome. And what a great way to kick off Tri-Town Summer Festival weekend. And it's just going to be a great week for us here in Brazier Falls and the whole town. So thank you for all you do as our town supervisor. We know that job is not easy.
It's not fun, but at times, but at other times it is very rewarding. So thank you very much.
All right, Mark. Thank you. Okay. We'll be right back with our next guest. With the Wise Guys. And we got a really special guest here right now. This is Bert Dalbeck. He was the coach of our state championship team in the 1981-82 season and the last coach before Mickey Locke. So, and Bert came out here to see Coach Lalone. So, Mr. Dalbeck, I say Mr. Dalbeck because he
look at that. Pay him back a little bit right here, like you used to grab us in front.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking this guy here, Sutton.
Yeah.
You and I put up some.
Yeah, most all these signs.
The end sheets there.
Yeah.
Nearly fell off that
goddamn
staging. You want stories?
Well, I know you got probably 100 stories. What do you think about the cup coming to town and
this
everything that it means?
This is a great honor, and also we're so proud of Derek. Small town boy, does well, and I've been trying to get a hold of his dad, but he changed his phone number on me.
Well, we'll make sure. We'll get in touch with him. We'll know.
So
you got
David.
That's right. Barnesy played for you.
Yes, he played for me.
That had to have been the hardest part of coaching.
Yeah, it was, because his legs went both ways. You ever see him walk?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to see him walking about 5 hours. That's going to be when he gets
Yeah.
pretty. So.
We had good times. Mark Dame was supposed to be here, and Stevie's here, I guess.
Okay, great.
Yeah, because Derek said he saw Stevie today.
Okay. All right, Bert. Mr. Dalbeck, we appreciate you coming on.
Thanks
We're
for
so
having
glad.
me.
It was so awesome to see you.
I'm sort of lost.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. But thanks for giving us a couple minutes. All right.
Thank you.
All
Very much.
right. Thank you. All right. We'll be back with our next guest in a few minutes. All right. We're back here with the Wise Guys and with the Stanley Cup at Tri-Town Arena. The celebration continues. Next up is Chris Rose, our longtime varsity lacrosse coach, now the school superintendent for St. Lawrence Central. And Chris, I know you've had such a long history with SLC, this rink. This has got to be something special for you with your connection with hockey and lacrosse throughout the years.
Absolutely. Other than all the hours I've spent in here playing, coaching, and all that, over the last 45 years, this is the prime event right here for sure. And it's awesome to see Derek bring it back and played together varsity. He was a little guy when he played. I was a few years older than he was, but he was on our team. He was an awesome teammate. It's great to see him bring this back. This is awesome for the town.
Totally agree. Pete, anything?
No, I totally agree with what Chris said. And he's just echoing what everybody else is saying, how this is such a great opportunity for the North Country and for the community. And everybody's going to be very happy and proud here. Really do.
Well, and awesome too how we've all come together here today. You're seeing people in all sorts of different facets trying to help and just make sure that that this goes off as well as possible. We were up at Meadowbrook earlier today. That was great for the people that could have met, that were able to be there. So to know that the rink is getting this, and then we're going to the Riverview, it's just a great thing overall.
Yeah, and I think it's and I know the guys that travel with the Cup see things in all sorts of countries, all sorts of communities, but hopefully they know what kind of community we've got here based on the day they've seen with Kisser in the Cup and all the different things that he's done. I thought that thing at the golf course today with all the goalies showing up at the same time, you're not going to see that everywhere. Stuff like that get coordinated and that many people show up, for an occasion like this. So it's been awesome.
Thank you, Chris Rose, and we'll be right back with our next guest. All right, we're right back here. Here's our next guest. We got former Wise Guys guest again. Present goalie for Northern Michigan and the former goalie of St. Lawrence Central, Rico DeMario. Rico, being a goalie, I know you were there earlier today at Meadowbrook with the long line of goalies from SLC and Kisser being a former goalie. What was that like? You were probably the youngest one or darn close to being the youngest one in that photo. What was that like being along with the history of St. Lawrence Central goaltending?
Yeah, I was just kind of surprised how many goalies there were just in general. And I guess the lineage of SLC goaltending history in one picture. So it was kind of cool, and culmination of, I guess, past and present, and the Stanley Cup being there, it kind of all ties it together. So it was a really cool moment and a really cool picture.
When you head back to school?
In 2 weeks, August 1st or 2nd, I'm heading back, and I'm excited to get things going again. So
outlooks for a normal year and some fans in the stands and a full season of hockey and seeing what we got.
No question. I guess I didn't really get a taste of a college crowd experience, I guess, the noise and the student sections in general. So I'm super excited for that. And just, it's going to be easy compared to last year, just with the routine and the schedule and not having to deal with COVID testing and things like that. So,
okay. Well,
you're going back, if I'm not mistaken, you're going back as a freshman, although you just played last year because of the COVID requirements or the issue. They're allowing you guys to skip that 1 year, and you're starting freshman again, correct?
Correct. Academically, I'll kind of technically be a sophomore, but athletic-wise, I still have 5 more years if I want it. So that's a really good thing.
Well, Rico, make sure at some point during the winter, I'll take some time off from basketball. We'll make sure we get together, and hopefully we can get a chat with you during the season, see how you're doing.
No question. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you to Rico DeMario, former goaltender and a long lineage of goaltenders at SLC. And we'll be back with our next guest in a few minutes. All right, and we're back with our next guest here with the celebration of the Stanley Cup. Now one of our former guests, Coach Jerry Mahoney. Jerry, a long legend here in the SLC school district, the Brazier Falls community, coach, teacher, town official. Coach, what's this mean to the town, and what are you taking from this day so far from what you've seen?
Well, I think of all the small towns in the USA, and how many get a occasion like this, and see one of your own come up through and be successful like Derek has, and every stop he's made. We all knew we'd be successful, but I guess you never, pro hockey, I guess, I don't know if anyone dreamed about that, but he's going to be in coaching someplace once he got started.
We had Michael on earlier at the golf course, and Michael mentioned something that slipped my mind, but him and Derek were, Michael was starting quarterback. Derek was his backup in Michael's senior year.
And Derek was, he was the backup quarterback, and he played outside linebacker. Dick Hoover's first cousin. And Derek probably weighed 175, but he was so smart, and he didn't back away from anybody. He just had so much confidence. And when you see him with a timeout with a minute to go in the Stanley Cup final, and he's talking to those guys, same kind of confidence that, he just carried through life, and that's why he's successful.
Well, and we've heard a lot of those stories so far today. A lot of his friends, his mentors, saying the same thing. Where he's a very calm, cool, collected individual. He's perfect for the situation that he's in.
Sure, I mean, he just doesn't get shaken by anything. I don't think, and he's been that way. And the guys that he's played. I mean, softball. They were talking about him yesterday playing softball, the national championship team, and played about halfway between third base and home plate, and no fear, So it's just a great kid, and he's got a nice family, and he remembers everybody.
Well, Coach, we want to thank you for giving us a few minutes of your time, and enjoy the rest of the night. I know you're having a good time. Okay, thank you. All right, we're back with, we're just trying to fill time now. We're back with a real special guest. Supposedly he's my son, Toby James Realm. And believe it or not, he has been on this show before. And the reason we're talking to Toby, obviously SLC grad and grew up here, but he is a SUNY Cortland student, and that is where Derek graduated from college. So Toby, when you get back to school, are you going to go, walk around Cortland campus going, hey, not only do I go to college at Derek Lalone's college, but I also went to his high school?
Yeah, not only can you expect it, you can just about guarantee it. I'll be walking around with my Lightning gear on. Even though I'm an Islanders fan, but I mean, I basically, I know a guy that won Stanley Cup twice, so that's something I can hold above everyone's head there. No one else knows someone like that. So.
Well, that's awesome. So when do you head back to college?
August. I don't know. I'm not really counting down the days.
Okay, so he sounds really excited about it. What's the outlooks for the basketball season?
I don't know. Good. I haven't been there in a year, so I have no idea who's on the team at this point. No idea who's graduated. No idea who's there. It's going to be starting fresh, like a freshman again.
Yeah, that's right. So SUNY Cortland didn't play at all last year, right?
No, they did not.
Okay, so there you go. SUNY Cortland basketball. Toby will have some connection with that. You might try out, and if not, hopefully he's back being a manager with SUNY Cortland. So anything else? You think this is a big deal today?
I'm just, once I graduate, I'm just kind of expecting a call from Coach Lalone saying, hey, if you want a job on staff here.
Well, you got a good in now. He is a sports management major, so yeah, you'll have an in. So, all right. We're going to bring in our next one. We won't even pause, David. We'll bring in our next one. Thank you, Toby. Carter, come on up here. Here's another former guest of ours, Carter Rose, who's heading to Clarkson in a couple of years, right?
Yep.
Still got another year of prep. And where's prep school at?
Well, I can play junior hockey, in Youngstown, Ohio.
Youngstown, Ohio.
Yeah.
Is that where Will was, or no?
No, Will was in Aberdeen.
Aberdeen. Okay.
Yeah, pretty far away.
Okay, right. That's right. Yep, I got you guys mixed up. Well, anyway, so when will you be taking off?
I have to be at camp August 30th, so I got a good amount of time, but
Is everything expected to be normal for you guys this year, as far as season wise? With COVID and everything.
Yeah, I think so. We have our normal schedule back where we play most of the whole league instead of just half. So that'll be fun to get to travel and play everyone.
Okay, and last thing, what do you think about what's going on here today? And you're gonna have a question from Dave after me, but what do you think about what's going on here today?
No, this is surreal. This is crazy. Just coming from a small town and then getting to share it with everyone. It's kind of a dream come true. So it's been awesome.
Okay. Well, Dave's got a question.
So have you been hanging around home, or did you just come up for this for the Stanley Cup?
No, I've been home. I've been training here all summer. So
That's what I was going to ask you. How's your training going?
really good. I've had the opportunity to train with Clarkson, so I've been working out and skating with them every day,
Excellent.
which is a real advantage. So it's been
I was
awesome.
curious because we're standing on your home ice.
Yeah.
Which there's
Not
no
there.
ice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough to get ice around here. So
Yeah.
we've been going to Syracuse once a week, and that's a haul, but best we can. It's been good.
Good luck.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, Carter, thank you so much. And now we're gonna get Carter's brother Drew in here. Put the phone down, Drew. Let's go. All right. So this is Drew Rose. Drew hasn't been on our show yet, but we'll get him on right now. And Drew, first off, let's let everybody know what you're doing right now. So what's your plans for the hockey season? What's going on with you?
As of now, I'm going to Potsdam State to play hockey and lacrosse this fall. So really excited for that. And we'll see how it goes. But yeah.
So you're going to be playing for Coach Bernard this fall.
I am. Yep. Me and Coach Bernard have a pretty good relationship. So, it was kind of a no-brainer to go play for him. And he's obviously been through it all, being from playing at Clarkson and everything. So.
Well, that's going to be great because we'll have both Rose boys will be playing in Potsdam here within a couple of years. So that's awesome. What do you think about what's going on here today? Is this
special? We saw it earlier and had to come back and see it again because you just can't really get enough of it. And you only really get this opportunity once, so you got to take it all in.
All right. Well, Drew, we want to thank you for jumping on here with us, and we appreciate it. And we'll be back with our next guest in a few minutes.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. We're back here at the Stanley Cup celebration, and right now, a real honor. This is our second conversation with him today, but it's Phil Pritchard, the keeper of the Stanley Cup. Phil, number one, I know we talked a little bit earlier today, but now you get to see the barn that Derek grew up in. So that made me think of all the different barns that you've been in. What does that strike up in your memory as in all the hockey rinks that you've gone into?
Well, I guess first, technology is wonderful, isn't it? Sometimes we can figure it out. Sometimes we can't. So we'll do it all again. You know what? I walked into this arena today and I was thrilled. Everyone was saying how rough shape it was, but for a community of this size to have this and all the sponsors and the support of the community and that, it's great. I know it's had some overhauls over the years, but you can really tell a hockey town by the arena, and the love that's been put into this rink is great.
There's no doubt about that. A lot of history here in our local community for that. Pete, Dave?
We talked about earlier about you traveling. We said it on the show before about traveling all over the place with this cup. Can you describe how this is equivalent to what you've been to before? This is really small town here. I'm sure you've been to bigger arenas, but it's very big for our community here.
Yeah, obviously I've been to bigger towns and been to bigger arenas, but the rink size is always the same. No matter how big the town is or how small town is, the rink size is always the same, and that's why guys are equal once they get on the rink. But I think being here yesterday with Zach and here today with Derek, it really shows two things. I think how much they care about the community, but also how much the community care about those two guys too. You see the lineup here for people that come in and get the photos with the trophies and meet Derek. It's way bigger than the town is, this lineup, and that's a big feather in the hat to the northern New York State here of how popular and how passionate they are about the game of hockey.
I've had tons of people ask me this question. I'm going to ask you. So there was some damage that was done to the cup, and it was flew off over to Montreal to have fixed again. Can you go through the details? Not who did it, but exactly what happened and how they went about fixing it in such a quick period of time.
Well, you know what? I mean, first hats off to the silversmith that looks after the Stanley Cup. She's a 4th generation silversmith and has always looked after the cup. So when I talked to her on Monday night after the accident happened, she asked, how fast can you get it here? And I said, I can be there Tuesday afternoon. So she said, okay, if you get it to me Tuesday afternoon, you'll be back on a flight Thursday morning. So she turned it around that fast. It was in old Montreal she went to. But when the whole thing happened, I mean, it was a day of celebration in Tampa. The parade was on. It was sunny. It was unbelievable. And then the celebration part of it that was outside in the park came, and a natural storm came through. And of course, in typical Thunder Tampa Bay Lightning style, lightning and thunder came too, and so did the rain. And everything was wet, and the accident happened. A guy tried to pick up the cup and hold it for a fan, and he slipped. And I think there was more damage to him. Like when I saw him later, he was walking pretty tenderly. The cup went through damage as well, but thankfully Louise, as she said and promised, it'd be on the road by Thursday again. And we were with Ross Colton, and the tour began. So it's we're on to the celebration part of the thing. It was a rough start, but we're in full force now.
There's a lot of people that were asking me questions. Said, well, wait a minute, how are you gonna? Because we had already scheduled all this. A bunch of people scheduled this, and we're all taking away from some people's vacation time to be here. But and they said, hey, we've been told that they were going to fix it. They fixed it, so we're very happy with that. So we're glad that we were able to fix it in such a quick time.
I mean, it's great. You look over here, you see the cup. It looks great. We've kept it clean all day. Derek's signing and getting photos. We've got the Conn Smythe here. We got the Prince of Wales here. I mean, I think the community is thrilled. We brought all the trophies that Tampa Bay won. Obviously, the cup's the focal point, but I think Derek should be the focal point. He was the guy that brought everything here.
So I have one follow-up question to my question earlier. So now that you're doing all these days with the cup, do you have a day off, like for a travel day, or is it day after day after day after day?
Well, we actually, it's a great question, because we do have a couple. When we change time zones, we usually have a day off in there. So on, what do we say, Wednesday, Friday, we are flying Boston to San Francisco. So we're the longest flight in U.S. there is. So that day is a travel day too. Even though we're going to make up time, the time change, we're just going to wait till the next day to have it. And then when we come back from Western Canada to Eastern Canada. Once we hit the prairies and come into Quebec, we're going to have another day there. So we do have the odd one in here. I guess for us, we get to do our laundry in the hotel washing machine and relax. But to me, it's the whole environment of the whole Cup Tour is all built on passion and adrenaline and that. And you see how excited Derek was to bring it home. First this morning to go to the cemetery, then the golf club, and then he took it home to his mom and dad and all the people there, and now here at the rink, and then later on today. He's so pumped about everything about it. But from last year to this year, when all he's talked about is, we got to bring it back to my hometown, and that's important.
Yeah.
For not only Derek, for every guy. Home is home. Yeah, home is home wherever it is.
Well, and you're, I guess the last thing, because I know we've taken up a lot of your time, Phil, but obviously Derek must give you a list of where he wants to take it. Is that all you need from him, or do you need a description? Like, do you need a description of the bar that you're about to go see when you leave here?
Obviously, he doesn't.
We drove by the bar before. I saw it there already, and you know what? He sends us a whole list, a pretty detailed list of what his plans are, approximately how many people are going to be there and all of that and everything. And I've heard Derek was telling me stories of the bar last year even that he wanted to take us to. We did actually end up going to what he said was a similar bar down in Tampa.
Yeah.
So he goes, now we're going to go to the Tampa North bar. And he goes, this is the real deal. So I look forward to it. Most of all, I look forward to sharing stories with the fans and his community and that, and make him, or people that made him who he is.
Okay, well, if you mention my name, Joey Riom, I have a running tab there. You put them all on me tonight if you want. All right.
I thought someone was going to punch me if I mentioned your name.
Well, that could happen too, but I won't take the blame for that. So.
All I know is you just announced to everybody live that you have a cat tab there. So.
Well, who doesn't know that? That's been watching this show. So, Phil, we
didn't say the bar name though, so that's okay.
We did. That's right. We did not, but I think they'll probably figure that out. But Phil, we can't thank you enough again for giving us your time. It's so meaningful to us, but it's meaningful to this community to get the real history of the cup. It's not just Derek bringing the cup home. There's so much more to it than that, and you're a big part of that. And we can't thank you enough.
Hey, guys, let's go for a three-peat next year and do it all over again.
Awesome. We'd do it again.
Right.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you.
You have the camera on?
We got them live this time, folks. Thank you, Phil. We'll be back in a few minutes. All right, we're back here at Tri-Town Arena with the celebration of the Cup. Zach Bogosian has entered the building, and we're hoping that we can get him and Kisser a little bit later. But right now, the guy that's in charge of Tri-Town Arena and kind of running the show here today, and a longtime friend of Kisser's, Richie LaFave. Richie, how's everything going, and what do you think about everything that's going on here today?
It's going as smooth as possible due to the fact that we have a line down to the pizza shop currently. Hoping to get everybody in. We got 2 hours left. Hoping to get them in. I guess I wouldn't probably wait in the line for 3 hours to look at a cup. However, this fella came from 4 hours away. He was in a wheelchair. His first thing said, "Could I get a picture with Phil?" I said, "Sure." So I set it up. I take the picture. He's sobbing repeatedly. I said, "You want to wait? Get yourself together." He's like, "No." He goes, this is why I came. So that's pretty good. And for the kids, all the kids that came through the program, it's perfect. And basically a great day for everybody.
And I don't think that's the first person we've heard that was more interested in seeing Phil than seeing the cup.
Well, would you like a picture with Phil or Derek? I mean, it's pretty much say what you want to say, but look at him.
It's only Richie, Sheila, not a big deal.
Yeah, no, we're good. Look at Barnesy getting in. You're not going to be on the show, Barnesy. Okay? You're not going to be on the show.
So, all right, Hack, we're going to be heading to Riverview afterwards. What do you think is going to be happening down there?
Riverview, well, that will be a party. But at first, well, we'll be in my garage because nobody's going to know about this until you play it later, right?
It's live right now.
Oh, no. Well, no. We'll be at the Riverview at 9 o'clock, folks.
All right. Nobody heard that, and we taped this yesterday. So, all right. Well, Hack, thanks for giving us a few minutes. Pete, Dave, anything before we let them go? Okay. All right.
You're putting on a great venue here, Rich, and you did a good job.
Appreciate it.
And things, I agree with you. I think things are going as smoothly as possible.
Yep. Happy people
Yes.
everywhere.
Good job.
All right, guys. We'll be back with our next guest in a few minutes. All right, and welcome back to the Wise Guys Sports Talk Show as we are here at Tri-Town Arena celebrating the Stanley Cup. And with us right now is the wife and daughter of Coach Derek. I won't say Kisser. Derek Lalone, his wife Melissa, and his daughter Abby. And we're just going to talk to them a little bit and tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? Is the North Country a different area for you?
It is. Actually, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. My parents are here. They drove up with us. Derek and I met. We were both coaching at Hamilton College. I was a women's soccer coach. He was coaching ice hockey. And we kind of moved around with that. When we had our oldest son, who's 15, Alex right now, I stopped coaching, stayed home, jumped around with Derek's jobs, and coached the kids a little bit. But yeah, I've just been on kid duty while he handles the hockey front. So yeah.
How hard is that jumping around that, because Derek has had a few jobs over the past 10 to 15 years?
Yeah, he will tell you that's the reason we got married, because I understood the coaching lifestyle. And, before we were married, my parents actually called me a soccer gypsy because I was also, chasing the dream and coaching at different levels and things like that. So he says it's the reason we got married. I understand it. I get it. Sometimes it might be harder when dad's at home, right? We figure out our way and no, just joking. But yeah, it's we just roll with it. And we plan things for him to not to be home. And then if he's home and available to drive, Abby to gymnastics or the boys to hockey, it's a bonus. So we make it work. Yep.
So Abby, are you pretty proud of Dad?
Yeah. So I never thought he would win a Stanley Cup, but he won 2. So.
And now he's won 2. And okay, so Mom mentioned gymnastics. Any other sports that you play?
I also do soccer, but she makes me do soccer. So.
Well, Mom was a soccer coach, right? Yeah, we all do that. That's not a big deal. Okay. And I see, is that your mom and dad over here to our right? And they traveled all the way up from Cleveland, drove up?
They drove. Yeah, I grew up playing sports. I have 2 brothers who play sports. They're sports minded. They follow the Lightning as well. They've been invested, and yeah, they didn't want to miss it. They actually, when we had our last Cup Day in Tampa, had flights down because of COVID. Our initial Cup Day got canceled, but they already had flights, so they missed out that time. So they said they're not going to miss out, and yeah, made the trip. This is their second time up in Brazier. So yeah, second time ever.
Second time ever. Yeah. All right. Well, they're getting Brazier at its finest today. So, all right. Pete, Dave, anything?
Derek, different when he's away from home than he is. Obviously, you have a schedule down for him. You don't let him rest when he gets home. You got him running the kids around. So is anything different as far as him being away and home? I mean, the communication.
He's actually, it is a grind. I know the players don't really talk, the coaches don't really talk about it. It's a grind for those guys on the road, the traveling, the amount of work, even when he's at home doing video. Abby helps him out doing video sometimes. She'll break down film with him, and we'll watch games, when we're in the stands, and she'll say, "Oh, I helped Dad with the PK on that." So, so he's always, his mind's always working, but he's amazing. And I think all the coaches who have kids are amazing. They want to be involved with the kids' lives and helping them. And he hops on the ice with the boys any chance he has. He loves it. All of our kids' teammates can't believe it, the amount of time that he helps out, and he loves it. It's just great. It's a good balance. So
possible coaching in the future, trying to rub off Dad, maybe some coaching in the future for you?
Well, I want to be a hockey reporter.
Oh.
So, yeah.
You sit at home and do the play-by-plays and stuff like that, or try to do that? That's how we started. We did a little digital recorder, and we got some headphones from Radio Shack when they had Radio Shack. That's how we started. We sat up in the stands, and we did little recordings and did the basketball games in the stands, and then we progressed to what we're doing now. So anything is possible. You start off small and everything gets bigger.
Well, sometimes when my grandma's at the game with us, she always asks me these questions, so I have to kind of help her out. Yeah. So
yeah, I have to tell all the rules. Yeah.
Well, hey, I have to ask one last thing before we let you go. You played golf. Did you guys take some swings today on that first hole, or was it just Dad?
The boys did. Just the boys. Abby, you were going to. I don't know. There were people watching. I think she's not a golfer, so
I don't know if you guys noticed as you were going down that first hole. I mean, you were stopping. Traffic was literally stopping.
Well, we were walking up to it, and we were thinking, like, this big shiny cup, like, people are going to be driving by. What's happening? Yeah, we thought about that. It's funny. Yeah.
You could tell that some people driving by knew what it was. Just,
Yeah, we were up on the deck, and that was pretty awesome to see traffic slowing down. And they weren't people that were coming to the golf course. They just happened to time it just right. They're going by the golf course with the Stanley Cup going down the first fairway. So, well, thank you. We appreciate you guys taking a few minutes to talk with us. We hope that you have a great night tonight and enjoy your time here in Brazier Falls. Okay, thank you. All right, we'll be back with our next guest in a few minutes.
And welcome back to the Wise Guys Sports Talk Show here on ESS, Empire State Sports. David on my left, Joey on my right. We're having a fantastic day, and I tell you what, guys, it's been overwhelming, the amount of support that Derek and now Zach Bogosian's in the house. This community, Joey, I've been saying it for years. It's fantastic up here. What do you think about your hometown?
They're coming out in full force today and showing what we're really all about. We are a pretty close-knit community, and we care about each other, and we support each other. And, we've got people all walks of life that are showing up today to see the Cup, to see Derek. And again, I've said it all day today. What Derek is doing for us is awesome. I really he gets the Cup for a total of 14 hours, and he has shared it with the public for about 10 of them. That's something to me. I think that says a lot about the person that he is, because this was a dream of his. And we know that from day one with the first show that we did with him. He's talked about this and talked about this. And he wants to bring it home to Brazier, and he did.
Yeah, David, we've heard so many stories today, and they all point to it. Like we said, a great community, but a lot of them about Kisser. I mean, and you've been out talking to a couple folks and talking to Kisser's in-laws over here. What do you think about today?
Just to echo what everybody's been saying, is it's a fantastic thing. And for about Derek, Derek he's just an outstanding guy. It was mentioned earlier that he has 14 hours with the Cup. He could have taken it to his house and sat there with his arms around it and let 10 people in to come and take a look at it. But his sense of the community that he came from, and we're all well, Joey's from here, you and I are from a very similar small community. And it's just, I went outside and I took a look at the line of people waiting to come in. Now, we've been here for over 2 hours, and the line goes down the street, and they're moving them through, they're moving people through, kind of not as fast as they can, because they want each person to have their little experience with the Cup, have their photo taken, and I think they're doing a great job. And I can kind of foresee this probably going overtime, and I don't think there's going to be a complaint by anybody, if that happens.
I agree. I think everybody is showing a lot of patience. I haven't heard any complaining at all. And again, with the way Derek did it, with us being at the golf course today, we haven't really seen those people that we saw at the golf course. And that's kind of them to say, hey, I'm not going to try to steal somebody else's spot and see it twice. So the way he's doing it is really spread it out. And obviously Zach having it yesterday in Messina, I think helped too. So.
And to build on what you just said, I talked to somebody who said, well, we'll be at the Riverview tonight to see it, so like, they didn't go to the golf course. They aren't planning on coming here. They're going to pick that venue to come and see it. So, I mean, I can't imagine the number of people I'm sure the number of people that have come to see the Cup today far exceeds the population of Brazier Falls.
Just a tad, yeah. The numbers speak from. Go ahead, David.
And that's great. I think that's awesome.
Oh, the numbers are astronomical. I mean, we had a nice gathering this morning at Meadowbrook. It was very nice. Actually, the beautiful weather too. A perfect day for it. And did everything on the 9th green. And everybody went their separate ways. But here we are again. We're going to be here probably overtime, a couple more hours, and then we're going to Riverview, and we'll do it all over again. And if folks, I can't say enough, this North Country is blessed to have this. I really are. I mean, the people outside, I'm going to post a picture here shortly of the line outside. It's literally, if anybody knows anything about this town, we're at the Tri-Town Arena, and if you go east toward the pizza place, it's past that on the sidewalk down past the pizza place. It's down the road. It's been like that since we started. So this has been fantastic for the North Country. I can't say enough. We started this Wise Guys and ESS some time ago, and we've come full circle, and we're bringing this to you today. We hope everybody out there enjoys what we're doing, and we're going to continue to bring it to you. And I want to thank you guys for partnering up with me for this. It's been a great ride.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you.
It's an honor. It makes me proud that we've done this. It is hard to believe that a year ago when I gave Pete a call and said, hey, we had to think about rebooting this show, that we're now with the Stanley Cup. It's amazing. It's just
and over 100 shows, and the people we've covered has been
and I
phenomenal.
Appreciate that you thought of having me sit there and watch you guys talk to our guests.
You're the enforcer.
Yeah,
that's right. Everybody's got to have one.
I'm the Zoom enforcer.
All right, folks. So we're going to take a quick break here on ESS and the Wise Guys Sports Talk Show, and we'll be back momentarily. to do some more interviews for you. Got us all in. Okay. Welcome back on ESS, Empire State Sports, and the Wise Guy Sports Talk Show. Well, who walks in? None other than Zach Bogosian and Messina. Zach, welcome to the program.
Yeah,
what do you think of our little arena here and everybody coming in?
It's great. It's great to see everyone from the North Country. Obviously, I played a lot of hockey games in this rink growing up. So for the Cup to be here and then be in Messina yesterday, it's just a cool opportunity for all the North Country people.
It looks like you had a fantastic turnout yesterday. A lot of people, at least the ones I saw, were at the Messina Country Club. So
yeah, we had a bit of a day with it. So went to the Messina Arena in the morning, and then the Country Club later on, and that was more for family and friends and just people that helped me throughout my career to accomplish this, and it's just a ton of fun.
So tell us a little bit about your transition from Tampa Bay last year, and now you're with Toronto.
Yeah, obviously a bit of a weird year for everyone with COVID reasons, but it was really cool to have a chance to go down and play for Tampa and win and to do it with a guy like Derek. Ton of fun for us and our families and our friends. Obviously the most fun hockey I've played to date, so it was a ton of fun. And then going up to Toronto and getting a chance to play for an organization like that, they're first class, and it's something you dream about as a kid. You watch Hockey Night in Canada and you see the Maple Leafs and you see the logo, and just everything about the organization is class. So it was a ton of fun.
Zach, what about getting this opportunity of back-to-back days up here in the North Country, a place that you grew up?
Yeah.
We're in Messina and St. Lawrence. These two guys are from Salmon River, so you're talking the hockey meccas of the North Country here.
That's great. Yeah, I had a few people at my private party yesterday from Canton, and we were kind of going back and forth. And obviously having Derek, especially when I was down in Tampa, always talking about the North Country, and it's nice to have that familiarity with someone, and just for it to be up here and to have a piece of it or a part of it being with Tampa, it's just a ton of fun, and it's just great to see a turnout like this when everyone is always so supportive of myself and Derek, and wherever we play or wherever he coaches, we feel the support for sure.
I was just going to say, I think it's great that you were able to have your day yesterday. Even though it's a year later, I think it's great. It just shows, what a great organization the NHL is.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's obviously with COVID, we weren't sure if it was going to happen, and you get to a point where you win it and it's the best thing in the world, and all you can think about is celebrating with it, and then you have to wait so long. But to be honest with you, when it showed up at my parents' house yesterday, it's such a great feeling to just have that. It's a hard thing to describe, but Tampa is a first class organization that thought of the guys that aren't on the team anymore kind of right away. So it was just a really fun day, and I couldn't be more thankful for it.
Well, Zach, I appreciate you taking a little time out of your day to join us here in our little program, but thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah,
thanks.
Yeah.
That's going to be it for a little bit while here. We'll be right back momentarily right here on ESS.
Okay, we're back here with the Wise Guy Sports Talk Show. Our next guest, this is a little bit of honor for me. This was my athletic director when I first started coaching here at SLC. Miss Rose Bronchetti. Rose, I know you're a Messina gal, grew up in Messina, but I know you bleed blue because of all the years that you worked at SLC coaching and being the AD, PE. What is this for you? You've now enjoyed it both days in both communities. So what are you noticing?
Listen, Derek was a sweetheart, and I said, I got to go out there for Derek. He's a Brazier boy, and this is wonderful Brazier. Messina was kind of kept hush-hush yesterday, so I just happened to be in the right place at the right time, but I definitely made a point to come out and see Kisser.
Well, that's awesome. And then, and now I'm thinking back, you were there when I was in school, and Kisser. So, boy, wow, yeah. Okay, we're getting old. So you got to see it at the golf course yesterday, right?
Yes, I did.
And how did the it was yesterday the women's six man? Was
No.
that it?
Today was the women's 6 women, but they had a 80th birthday party for one of the members.
Oh, okay.
So Zach brought it up because a lot of his buddies were playing, and he drove it around the course, and then they put it on a boat and took it out to Wilson Hill, and they had a little get together out there. So it was nice, but this will be a little bit better.
Okay. Well, I know you're getting ready to get back in line so you can get your photo with your cup with your niece and Pete, Dave. Anything for Rose before we let her go? How's Toby treating the Messina Country Club over there?
He's doing a great job. That's why I just gave him the tip, because I didn't know if he got one.
All right, Rosie B, thank you so much for stopping. Woo! All right, we will be back. Santa Claus is here. Oh, Santa Claus is in the house. We'll have to talk to him. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes with our next. We mentioned Santa, and here he is. Santa, all the way in from the North Pole to check out the Stanley Cup.
All the way from the North Pole. Check out Stanley Cup. At least Montreal didn't get it.
And I guess more importantly, has Kisser been a good boy so far this year?
Oh, yes. Real good.
So he'll be getting everything he's asked for on his list?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So he has a nice house. Can you fit down his chimney?
Well, he cleans it and greases it.
Okay. Well, Santa, I don't know. Is anybody got any more questions for Santa? Because I'm not used to interviewing Santa. All right.
I'm awestruck right now.
Yeah, you might be the biggest superstar that we've had here today.
Oh, yeah? Well, there
Nobody's bigger than Santa.
Well,
Everybody knew you walking in. How many autographs have you handed out so far?
I've been having pictures taken on my way in.
Where are the reindeer parked?
They're parked out in the back field.
Okay. All right. Well,
I got to keep them outside.
well, yeah, that's good of you not to have them roaming inside here. So
The mess in hockey right now.
okay, yeah. All right, Santa. We have cookies and milk back in the back for you. So, all right, go enjoy some of that. We appreciate you stopping by and saying hello to us.
All right. I stop by every time. And this weekend, I'm going to be in Brazier.
It's Christmas in July.
That's right. Christmas in July. Okay. That's one of the reasons why I'm here.
All right, Christmas in July. Come out and see Santa Claus. Big Tampa Bay Lightning fan, big St. Lawrence Central fan. So we'll check him out later on. Thanks, Santa. We appreciate it.
All right. Anytime.